Hi guys, today I want to talk to you about why fishing might be the fastest way to world peace. Now, you might be wondering, wow, that's a huge stretch. I did not expect that. But hear me out. Reverend Myung Moon, the founder of many world organizations, also coined the words Ocean Providence. He is well known as a jumbo tuna fishing champion in the New England area and is said to have spent 2/3 of his life on the ocean. Now let's break this thing down called the Ocean Providence to see what it actually is and how he meant to change the world through it. Now, everybody knows that 2/3 of the Earth's surface is ocean, but not only that, the ocean will open the road to hope and solution to various critical problems like the food crisis, global warming, economic and social issues. Reverend and Mrs. Moon have spent a considerable amount of their time and effort into developing ocean-related traditions, industries, and projects. However, not many people today might know why they did that. Maybe some people are still scratching their heads, wondering why they went fishing so much. Haven't you ever wondered if Reverend Moon left a concrete and practical roadmap and realistic methods to build an ideal and peaceful world? Was he just a spiritual leader, or did he come to this world as a person who will solve all the problems? Back in 1980, he said, "I am the founder of this gigantic spiritual movement, but I am also laying the foundation to solve future physical problems of the world." A concrete and practical model he created was coined as the Ocean Hobby Industry Model Base. You might be starting to wonder, wait, so what was that thing with the fishing, and fishing leading to world peace? We're getting there. In fact, today's short video is about why fishing and spending time in the ocean will actually lead to the betterment of a person and society, and how this Ocean Hobby Industry Model Base will tie into all of that. First of all, the burning question in some of us is definitely, why did Reverend Moon go out fishing so much? And why did he ask the members of his movement and even VIPs from all around the world to go out fishing all the time? Wherever he went around the world, people had to first make sure they had the fishing gear ready and a boat ready to go. He went out fishing in the rain, storm, hurricane, snow. One time he said that lightning was striking around his boat, so it was clearly not just a fun hobby. First, he once said that it was in order to meet God. He often said he went out to meet God, strategize, converse, and to fish the world, and in order to lead the nation, save the world. He even went out often when the Coast Guard issued a warning and no one else would go out. Out there in the infinite horizon of just ocean in all four directions was a place he could meet God in the most straightforward sense and offer devotion. Have you ever gone out on the ocean on a 28-foot boat all the way out in the ocean where you can only see your boat in the vast horizon and you see the biggest sunset you've ever seen? You know God is there. Next, fishing on a boat is the fastest way to become a complete human being. Being on the boat, at the mercy of its waves, a person must quickly become adaptable, courageous, working for the sake of the whole, or risk death. There's nowhere to run on the boat, and the only way to survive in a desperate situation on a boat is to unite with one another for the common goal. On land, if you went hiking and you started fighting with each other, you could just walk away and go home separately. But if you're on a small fishing boat, there's literally nowhere to run, and you have to resolve your issues with one another. Also, on a boat, if something happens, the manifestation of love is immediate. If your loved one is in some kind of danger, you would bring out all of your courage and bravery to the front, or a person's nature to hide and run away would come to the surface. The point is, the ocean is the best training ground for a person to become a true person. Back in the day, Reverend Moon instructed all Unification Theological Seminary graduates to go through a 3-year ocean training. He was trying to make them into elite future leaders through boat fishing. Number 3. It is a necessary experience in order to enjoy God's creation to the fullest. 2/3 of the Earth's surface is covered by the ocean. We somehow know more about Mars' surface than our own Earth's ocean. Did you know that about 95% of the ocean is still undiscovered? We cannot say we have experienced life on Earth without experiencing the ocean. You know God meant for us to. Who knows what's under there if we almost know nothing about it still? It's exciting stuff. So now we are starting to establish that fishing is not just fishing, and we're talking about boat fishing, but a shortcut to personal perfection as a human being, and a shortcut to meeting God. Doesn't that sound amazing? When used as a training ground, the ocean and fishing is an actual shortcut to creating young, capable, altruistic, adaptable leaders of the world. And that's what Reverend Moon was shooting for when he tried to make all of his members go out fishing all the time. Here's a great quote from Reverend Moon from his book, God's Will in the Ocean, recorded between 1974 and 1983. It was a while back. You'll notice that he started his ocean business and fishing training all the way back in the 1960s if you do some digging. That means that he devised the Ocean Providence decades ago. He said, "Many people say the space age has arrived, but you cannot dwell in space. From the ocean, however, you can draw resources. You can make a living from it. For this reason, I founded and created the Ocean Church. I feel in the future, the Ocean Church Foundation can be greater than the Land Church. So far, we've been living in the Land Church era, but from now on, we'll be living in the Ocean Church era." As you can see, he was not so subtle about Ocean Church being even more important than his land-based activities. And this was all the way back in the 70s and 80s. Elon Musk and other super rich people might be trying to get to space, but soon, truly forward-looking world leaders will realize that the future is in the ocean, not space. Reverend Moon said, "For a while, mankind may try to escape to space and live up there, but the difficulties and expenses will be too much and he will come right back to Earth. Then, man will have to turn to the ocean. It is only a matter of time. The future of the ocean is inevitable." And this was also said way back in 1983. Well, he is right about space exploration costing so much money, and yet we have largely undiscovered resource-rich oceans right here on the Earth. The original ideal human culture and civilization were supposed to start from the ocean and develop towards continents and then to space. This is because living on the ocean is the fastest path to individual perfection, family perfection, and the completion of an ideal world. There is this famous quote, "Whoever rules the waves rules the world." The development and pursuit of the ocean require the highest forms of technology, creativity, discipline, and foresight, as well as courage and human integrity because of its sheer depth and unpredictability. Developing an exploration of the ocean will naturally lead to many technological and social breakthroughs. And on top of that, as we discussed earlier, being on the ocean is truly the fastest way to gain command of oneself, as well as the entire creation. In the next video, we'll start with what God's plan might have been in terms of the flow of civilization all the way from the human ancestors. We'll break it down so we can see clearly what was meant to happen if all went according to plan. You'll see that the Ocean Age was inevitable. We'll talk about the actual practical plan that Reverend Moon created to use ocean and his fleet of boats in bringing change to the world. Let's end this video with a couple more interesting quotes from Reverend Moon. 2/3 of this world is ocean. Who will take care of the world in the future? The children of God have to inherit the world. Then certainly, they have to inherit the ocean. Ocean Church has been created in order to teach the ideal of God, his creation of the ocean, so that we gain true love for and true dominion over the ocean. Each person can become a co-creator with God, anticipating and participating in God's great task of creation and understanding it as a friend. The ocean has everything to do with the future. Don't you know that? You have to become interested in the ocean, or otherwise you will just disappear into history. In the future, the qualification for leadership will be to know about the ocean. The basic knowledge will be how to handle a boat. To know about the ocean and to be able to go upon it will become the 2 basic qualifications for leadership in the future. We should have 30 centers with 10 boats each. Each Ocean Church center should function as a church, and each boat is also a church. So we have a boat church. We can teach them without asking anything in return for catching the fish. With that, you can create your own economic foundation. Catch the fish and sell the fish. When your spiritual foundation is made, you can begin to make a substantial plan for your region, your local city, and your own members. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next video in the series. If you can't wait for the next video and want to explore more about this topic on your own, we have a website with more resources we've uploaded, as well as news and updates for the currently ongoing project based on this Ocean Providence. All links are in the description below. Oh, and if you would like to not miss the next video, please consider subscribing. Thank you again and have a happy day. Bye!